Hey, I was going over this with a buddy of mine. We were talking about investing, right? A lot of you guys know I always talk about that. Multifamily real estate investing. So if you're going to be a passive investor in a deal, you're going to see a couple of things for returns. We target 15% internal rate of return of 15%. That's the target. And then a 2x to a 2.5x multiple when we exit the deal. And that's over a 7 to 10 year hold. Sometimes they're shorter, sometimes they're long. But I was telling him, I was like, dude, you should be able to expect at least double your money at the end of the deal. Now, everybody, we know we talk about cash flow all the time. Cash flow is really to satisfy the debt, pay you a drip while you wait. But the goal here, the big exit, is to be able to double or triple your money at the end. Here's what that looks like in simple math. All right, so let's say we bought an $80 million deal. Boom. I'm just going to keep this simple, but this is how we always look at it. So if we had to put down $40 million on this deal, boom, and that's 50%, but I'm just using this as an example. We got an $80 million deal, but let's just say we know that this deal is worth 90 million. So we know there's some money in there, right? We're buying it below replacement cost. This is going to be the equity. This is the money that we're going to put down. In order for us to do what we want to do, I got to know that at some point I got to get our $40 million that we put down back, so our investor capital, and then we won't sell for any less than another $40 million. That's 200%, right? That's an equity multiple 2x. That's a 2x equity multiple because that's a 200% return on your money. So if you put in $40 million and you got $80 million, your 40 million turned into 80, that's two times your money. That's where this comes from. And I always tell people, you got to know how you're going to do that. So let's just say in that deal, on an $80 million deal that we're picking up for pennies on the dollar, at least would be a huge discount. We got to know, and here's how you run that number back. How do you make $40 million on a deal? Let's say that deal is 150 units. So 40 million divided by, let's say 5%. I'm sorry, times 5% times 5%. That means that's an additional $2 million of NOI income that we need to create on this specific deal. All right, so divide that by 12 months. That's $166,000 a month. And divide that by the number of units. That's 150 units. We know we need to get that property. We need to raise the rent income of that property by 1,100 bucks a month. So if we know that we're looking at roughly, and it's a rough, boom, as a rent increase, this is the target. Can we do that? Let's say it takes 5 years. That's a stretch. Say we get that deal 5 years, or let's say it takes 7 years. 7 years to do. Whenever we're looking at a deal, we're just asking a simple question. Do I think this property's rent is going to be at least $1,000 higher over the next 7 years? Could we go, which is not a lot, or 10 years? Because 10 years, I think 10 years, when I think long horizon, I think worst case scenario, let's say we lock a deal up, it's a sick deal, it's brand new, or it's damn near new, 5 years old, it's in a great location, irreplaceable, below replacement cost, and we got it. But we know that the rents are going to be growing in that area just based on sheer inflation without us doing anything. And on top of that, we think we can do something to the property. Maybe there's something special, right? So knowing that though, this is the game. So like if you're looking to double your money, you just need to figure out, look, how much money we're going to put down. Now that didn't include that additional had nothing. I didn't include cash flow, tax write-off, there's tax advantages in that. None of that stuff. Depreciation of the property, interest write-offs on the debt or anything like that, depending on what kind of debt we get. But I'm just trying to share with you guys, like when somebody's looking at something or you see something complicated, especially when you're dealing in syndication or funds, it doesn't need to be. You just need to be like, dude, how much money are we going to make? What does that even look like? How long is it going to take and how much are we going to make? Those are good. But if you think about that, you figure, and I'm not going to go through the compounding interest of any of that stuff, but let's just say we're at 5% a year on an increase in rents. That's it. Over 10 years, that's 50% of our money back anyways, right? Just in cash flow. And if we were able to get out of the other 10, we did an increase on rents, an additional increase. This is additional increase in rents. And let's say we did this for 10 years. We only did this for 5. 5 years on this one, 10 years on that one. All right. So that's what 75% of our money back, 75% in just cash flow alone. That's not even that's now that while we're raising the income of the property, because it's $1,100 is the target. We know that. And that's going to take some time. We're going to stretch that out. But worst case scenario, let's say our rents are, I don't know, $3,000, but we're only looking to raise the rents by 5%. That's roughly about $150 on a rent increase. On a rent, that should be dollars. $150. Mark that out. $150. Boom. A year on an increase of a rent of a property in a great location. Now that's small, and that's not compounding. We're just saying, hey, look, I'm just using simple math for now. Like every year, we're just going to raise the rent $150. We will get there, right? So I already know when I'm looking at a deal, how can we double our money? If we're looking at a deal and I don't think we're going to be able to raise the rents past where they are today, doesn't matter. 10 years from now won't matter. All the properties around it, they've never raised their rents. People live there forever. They don't move out, and the owners never fix their property, and there's no new development. That may not change. Just the simple fact is, I don't want to be there, not knowing that we can't double or triple what we had in the deal and get paid to wait for that to happen, because that's the real game, right? Multifamily real estate, big, beautiful properties, the nice ones, the trophy ones, the ones I want. We want to make sure that there's growth there. Very different. And you aren't going to do 2x or 2x to 3 times your money if there's no growth. It'll just sit there. That's not what we're looking to do. So if you're wondering how that works and you ever seen people talk about that, how do you get there? This is how. This 2x, which is that 200% on your money, that's where that works. Could be 3, could be 2.5, doesn't matter. Don't know. Because if you were to add that other 75% to this, then that's more, right? Because we didn't calculate for cash flow. It could be 275% based on that math. Be 275% on your money. If you did overall return, right? So you're $40 million, what you got 275% return on your money. But typically when you hear people talk about this stuff, this is what they're talking about. And this isn't new. Everyone does this. Life insurance companies, pension funders, like institutions, this is what they're looking at. What is their 2x multiple, or what is their equity multiple, and also what is their internal rate of return? They want to know what those numbers are. But I'm simplifying it for you guys because I want you to kind of have an overall understanding. So when you hear me talk about it or somebody else, you need to know how to multiply your money either way. So if you're looking at 200, you want a 200% return, that's what it looks like. Whether it's $40 million, $4 million, or $400,000, the game is the same. So I hope that helps you guys. I wanted to share that because I was talking to my buddy about it. He was talking about investing with us in Bell Capital, and I was going over what that looks like. And I was like, hey, we're targeting a 15% internal rate of return, and in this fund, we're targeting a 2x equity multiple, and that's what that is. So I was sharing it with him. I wanted to share it with you. Look, most people already know how to earn money. You know how to save it, but very few people know how to multiply money. Now, there's a lot more that goes into this. Again, with Bell Capital, we find the deals, fund the deals, manage the deals, and you come along as a limited partner, stroke a check, and you get a check. That's the game. But this is a capitalism play. This is about taking your money and multiplying money into an asset that is hard to disrupt, hard to be destroyed. It cash flows, good appreciation, tax advantages. You're doing it at scale. You're doing it with a bunch of other people, and there's good leverage. This is the best game in town. Best game in town. Oh, and oh, by the way, if you have money sitting in a 401k or IRA, you can convert that without penalties, and you can use that money to invest in real estate. And then that money goes back to your to your IRA with the tax benefits still intact from the real estate as well as with your IRA. So if you want to find out how that works, text IRA to 760-531-8500, and somebody on my team will actually walk you through what that looks like and whether you qualify for it with your qualified IRA or 401k. If you're just sitting on cash, you can text the word cash to 760-531-8500. One of us will get with you and go over and walk you through the process, answer all of your questions, and really see if we can get you involved in what we're doing. If not, love to talk to you, love to help you out, love to point you in the right direction. If you want to join our network of active investors, this isn't for people who want to be in Bell Capital. This is totally separate. Active investors, you want to join our interactive deal room where everybody in there is looking to close deals and actively raising capital. You can do that too. Go to bell-capital.com/interactive and you can apply there to join. We're not taking Yahoos. You got to talk to us. We want to make sure you're a good person. It is an active deal. We are actively going to be pushing to close deals because that is the strength of the group. We want a results-driven multifamily group, and that is the interactive deal room. We would love to have you a part of that, but you got to fill out your application, and we'll see about giving you a test trial for what that looks like. All right, so those are the three ways. If not, go to bell-capital.com, hit us up. You can schedule a call with somebody on my team to talk about getting you started with your investment with us, or you can schedule you can go to the investor portal where it says get started or invest now. You can register your account there for free. You can take a look at the documents, see what's there, see all of our fees, see all of our stuff, do your own due diligence, talk to somebody on my team, and we can walk you through that process, what it looks like, answer your questions, and go from there. Looking forward to talking to you. I hope this helps. If it doesn't, call. Feel free to reach out. You can text or you can call, whichever one works. That's 760-531-8500. Just text the word deal, text the word cash, text the word IRA, and somebody will reach back out to you and answer whatever questions you have about investing with us. All right, so you guys have a great day today. Let's get after it. Boom. Are you an accredited investor with $300,000 or more liquid in the bank? I want you to come and partner with me. Look, if you love real estate, passive income, and positive cash flow, appreciation over long periods of time, and you're willing to be patient, come invest with me. Go to bell-capital.com. This is for accredited investors with $300,000 or more in the bank, ready to go. Come invest with me. Go to bell-capital.com.